Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and God Almighty, it's nearly 20 past 12 already. I was supposed to make a video last night talking about the things I've been up to yesterday. It just kind of like rolled over, and to be honest, I was so tired that I went to bed at about 10:30 last night, and I slept like an absolute Ben last night. I went to sleep at 10:30. I woke at 6. Literally went to use the toilet, came back, fell asleep for an hour, then woke at 7. Did thought about some things, and literally fell to sleep again. Woke at like 8, and this time I just sat there in like supreme comfort, quietness, peace. And then I went to mass I got showered, changed my clothes, and then went to bed. Went out to mass at 10:15, and enjoyed myself. I like the fact that I'm actually starting to like getting into the swing of going back to mass on Sunday, because I had a bit of a spell at the end of like September-ish where I was like very conflicted about my opinions about why I was still going to mass. But I, regardless of what really my ambitions or reasonings are, it's the fact, because to be honest, I'm not even sure if I even understand them. And that's kind of strange, because I'm the sort of person who would know without having to think about it, about why I would do something. I mean, back 2 years, just over 2 years ago, the beginning of September of 2020, when I was asked by my boss whether or not I wanted to work from 40 hours to 50, working from 9 till 7, it took me all of 3 seconds to say, yes, I'm more than happy to do that. Because subconsciously, I have always been on the side of, you do more work, you get paid more. And I've been like that ever since November, since this time 3 years ago in 2019. That if the more work I would do, the more I would get paid, and if I did more work, I would get rewarded accordingly. And that's how it was like in university life as well, and in secondary school, towards like the end of secondary school, I should say. But it's the fact that I was actually getting paid some good money for this. And then 2 years ago, this basically, I got asked if I wanted to do Saturdays as well from 9 till 5. And yes, I said yes before they even got to the end of the sentence. So must have been a bit of a shock to my boss to say that I agreed just like at the drop of a hat, basically. But I was more than happy to do it. I mean, there were plenty of, I mean, I've been doing Saturday shifts for the last 102 weeks now. We're coming up to 2 years at the beginning of December. And speaking of December and Christmas, it's only 41 days away till the big ho 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 comes back with his low elf-esteem. I love that. I love that joke. Liam Mack was really something back in the day. God, where was I? I just always got into the habit of just, the more work I do, the more I'll get rewarded and paid in one way or another, showered or insulted with praise, compliments, money. You know what? If anything, like if I got rewarded in any which way, then that reinforced me that I was doing the right thing, and you get rewarded for doing the right thing, which is, it's a jolly wheeze to think that things are going so much better than I thought they would, because I was so okay. I'll just explain for anyone who is literally just watching me for the very first time, because it's the sort of thing I do a lot. I kind of wanted to emphasize as much in my videos as possible of a certain introductionary sort of effort, because I am very conscious of the fact that not everybody knows who I am, but I could go a long way to like introduce the best sides of who I am, because I think that's very important. I think it's very important to start off with a good first impression. And I suppose one of those impressions is that just starting an hour ago, I joined Mastodon, this new social media app, very much like Twitter. In fact, I think it was set up by some guys who literally wanted to create like an alternative to Twitter, because a lot of people have been sacked from Twitter as well, mostly because of like since Elon Musk bought out Twitter, and a lot of people are like very concerned. Like it would cost like $8 to get verified and have the blue check mark for their names and stuff like that. I was considering doing that for a while, just because I kind of like the idea of like of using Twitter for the best part of 5 years. I kind of did want to get verified, just because I kind of liked it, but I would much rather be happy if I was verified, because, you know, I was like a public figure, like people knew who I was on a sort of on a more broader sense of the word, rather than just, you know, forking over some money. And it's a good word, that, forking. So it's going to be interesting. So I think what I honestly want to do is I want to share this video on Mastodon as well, because I want to come across like I'm giving the best first impression, that I'm very welcoming, very open, very relaxed, very calm, and very, very measured. And I think, again, those qualities are far more important than people give credit for, because who doesn't want to get to know someone who is reasonable and likable and, you know, pleasant and stuff like that? It's a thing that I refer to a lot, and it's not just in all of those dictionaries on like critical theory, on sociology and stuff like that. It's also a lot of my stuff like by Graham Greene, or there is another guy I know. I've got like a few of his stuff as well. It's the guy who did The Art of the Seduction. I'll see if I can find it up there just in a second. I swear it should still be up here. Let's see. No. Freud, Lauren Bates, no. Freud, no. John Jones Corman. Should be here somewhere. Let's see. It could be in my closet behind, or it might be in my in my fictional section. It should really be, but I'll look for it in a second, because I do have like a lot of his audio stuff as well, like the 48 Rules of Power, War, Mastery, and stuff like that. It's again a thing I'd love to do a lot, because I always have been on the side of the observer. Like, there's somebody who takes a lot of things in, somebody who is understanding of. I understand, in the words of the famous song Changing Man by Paul Weller, the more I see, the more I know, the less I understand. It's sort of like my personal model, because I can understand perhaps why certain things happen, but I can't quite work out the no. I can't understand, like, I can't know why they're doing it, but maybe I can understand. And sometimes, again, sometimes it's the other way around, you know. Sometimes I will know exactly why, but I don't understand why they would do it. But getting back on track, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to sort of wrap things up by telling you exactly what's going to be like happening next. Is that all of those stores are going to be open by tomorrow. I'm nearing completion on a lot of them, but I'm also updating and refreshing a lot of my older stuff, so that it's more likely to be seen by more and more people. And that's the great beauty of the Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, for me, is that this is the one day in the week in which I can spend all of this day literally working on my own stuff. This is work for pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. It's not work for, you know, necessity, I suppose. And that's what I want to get back into the routine of what Sundays were from the beginning of 2021. Is that on Sunday there would be no work, and I was allowed to just do what I needed to do, and we'll take it from there. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday as well, because I am going to be knackered by the end of today, which is why I better get back to work now, shouldn't I? Because it's 25 past 12 now, and there is, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, and this is again a motto I would greatly encourage anyone out there to follow, is that there's work to be done. There is always more work. Take care, and I'll see you guys again very, very shortly. Take care and enjoy yourself a very, very good afternoon.